Oh, well, good to see you all. How exciting. I'm not actually all that on yet, am I? Maybe like this. Maybe like that. There we go. Wonderful. Good to see you, Mr. Jeremy. How's it going? Sebastian is here. The Nico is here. Miss Nancy is here. That is very, very cool. I believe Miss Julia is just tuning in, and anyone and everyone who else is out there watching, thank you so much for dropping by. I really appreciate that. Oh, it's a bank holiday tomorrow in the UK. That is exciting. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Try it out. I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do. A mimic character. We've all just left them behind. So good, good to see that. This is me. Very good. Points at me. That's very funny. Very cool. So yes, just a quick word of warning. We had already 3 power outages today, which is not so great. So it kind of happens every once in a while. Sometimes it's just like a really small one, but these ones, they were a bit longer, like a few seconds, and that takes out the whole infrastructure. So if I mysteriously disappear, then that's probably the reason, when somebody literally pulls the ginormous plug. There we go. And in Germany as well. Interesting. What's the German name of the bank holiday? Because there's a big difference between bank holidays in what we call them in the UK and what we call them in Germany. Like, we have bank holidays, of course, as well, but every bank holiday is not just known as a holiday or a bank holiday. It's called as a particular thing. So usually every day has a name. It's probably like something like the Day of Labor or something like that in Germany. But in the UK, we don't really distinguish between that. We just go Tag der Arbeit. That's exactly what it was called. Exactly, Tag der Arbeit. It's the day of the workers. Labor Day, so to say. Yes, indeed. A day for the workers, about the workers, of the workers. Hey, before we get going with the Silent Age, I wanted to show you, this is partly why I'm bringing the power cuts up, because I was playing Riven, and this is in fact Riven. And Riven was released in 1997, and it was the follow-up super top hit classic made by Cyan Worlds back in the day, and it still works, and all these things are pre-rendered environments. So this is technically, you feel like it's a 3D environment. You kind of walk through this here, but it is all pre-rendered, and you see all these beautiful colors, and it's kind of funky to see this in action. It took me a while to get into this because it's really, really retro. I mean, it's like 25 years old, but it would have taken them such a long time to put this together. They actually went traveling into places to photograph all these textures, and for the time, they look very different than the regular shaders that we're used to from back in the day. And if you wouldn't know that these were pre-rendered environments, you can traverse the whole world as if it was an actual 3D world that you're in there. And even every once in a while they have these videos that play. So they would have done this. This is not the whole picture that gets rendered as a video, but just that portion, and the rest of it is just a still image on which the dome would have been superimposed here. So kind of funky, kind of works. You can interact with these things to a certain extent. And the only awkward bit I find is sometimes when you turn around and you see this edge of the picture kind of scrolling through. They didn't do that so well. But yeah, very cool. And I'm bringing this up because, of course, this game doesn't have an autosave feature. I actually need to close this door here. It kind of works, and it's just that tiny bit of video that gets embedded there. Go behind the door. It's really funky. And I played this and I worked some bits and pieces out, and then I had a power cut and we couldn't save the game, so I'm gonna have to just go and I don't really know how this thing works, nor what this is really for, but very interesting. It's made with RenPy. I'm not sure if RenPy existed back in the day, so they would have probably had something like a proprietary engine for that. They were actually, their early games, they were all made with a special application that was only available for Mac, which is called, I forgot now, something along the lines of Slide Deck. And it was really made for getting people to have a card, like an index card, and you could dedicate a hotspot area where you could let users click, and that would then lead to a different card. And they turned that into basically a whole graphics adventure, and that was their early versions there. This is all, I think, 256 colors with the palette. Every picture comes with the palette, so sometimes you see dithering errors and all. One of those things And I don't know what I've unlocked there before I last saved the game. I think this is one of those things I had to be out of here. Was that? No, that's incorrect. I think the doors need to be closed. And then I need to go up, and I'll see if I can get into Gaines' office. This is kind of a follow-up from Myst. And also, the other thing I found out today is that they're making this game again. So they're remaking this as a fully traversable world in Unreal Engine. That's going to be a lot of fun. They need oiling, yeah, definitely. You notice that all the doors in video games and Hollywood, they usually have one of three sounds. Now I see this thing is closed, isn't it? Yes, this is closed. I think I know how to get in there though. Yeah, so all this I've literally discovered all this area this morning. This I think is the titular title screen. Quite exciting. So you see some effects that you could today create with things like Carrara. I'll show you something on the interiors. Still very, very nice actually, you know. They already have, Nancy, they have remade it a couple of times. One is called Real Myst. That's a bit old. That was a Unity remake, and that was fully traversable, I think, was it? I think so. It didn't have controller support, but they've done that. And then more recently, about a year or two ago, they've remade Myst in Unreal Engine, and that is now available, currently on sale actually, on Steam for about $20. And you can walk around, and it's yeah, it's very different. And I played that recently here on the channel actually. Yes, and in that same spirit, they are releasing a new game, brand new game called Firmament. And Brian and I have actually backed it. It's been a Kickstarter project, and they had it out for a while. The announcement, it took them about 4 years or so to make, and it gets released end of May. And I have a feeling that after that they're going to go and redo. They're going to focus on remaking this in the same style. So this could take a few more years. Is this open? Yeah, this is actually where we need to go into this fan area. But the fan's on, and as such we need to go find a way to switch it off. And I think there's a handy lever on the outside. Did I do this? I don't recall. I think this here, you go put that in there, and then you lower this down. It's flat screen and VR indeed, yes. I'm not sure if Myst was VR as well. I think it might have been. I think Myst was also, the new Myst was also a VR experience. But I've never looked into it. No, not out there. I think that lever is actually on the top railing. This is a really nice way of building the puzzle. So you come in from the outside, I believe, and at that point, of course, the doors are open. And then you think, well, what else am I going to do? I can't find a way out. So you have to close the doors, revealing 2 side passages here. And you would have never noticed this. This lever, I totally almost forgot to notice. Here it is, I think. That's it. Silence. Exciting. It'll be really cool to see the new Riven when it comes out. So it's going to be a big job because the amount of puzzles in this game are crazy. And I had never played it. I think last time I looked at it, I was thinking, I'm really not getting the vibe of this game. It's a bit too difficult for me. But I thought, with my newfound confidence in doing puzzle games, I thought, maybe this is kind of nice. Usually, maybe I should have closed this thing up. Yeah, there we go. I should have closed it up and maybe then lower it. I think we get to catch a little creature there. And you can also, sometimes you walk past these things and you think, hey, I don't really want to watch this this video again and again. There we go. Now we can go in. Aha. Creepy. It is, isn't it? And the thing is, if you wouldn't, for back in the day, it must have been a total hit, and it would have taxed your computer hardware just so much, And today, once you get over this initial you can't look everywhere type thing, like some of the environments are done really well in that you say, hey, I can go and I can look in all 4 directions. But sometimes it's not the case. Sometimes you can only look in 3 directions. Sometimes you only look front and then you turn around and then it's like a 180-degree turn. But once you get used to that, you think, hey, that is quite nice. This book here that gives a lot of the backstory of who did this. Yes, this is the guy who gets captured in this age here. A lot of backstory, and you know, if you forgive all these little, you know, limitations of the technology back then, you think pre-rendered environments. I mean, dude, this gives you a level of detail that you could just not achieve 25 years ago on the hardware that you had back in the day. So very cool, I have to say. And what I find fascinating is that it actually still works today, and it almost is just as immersive as if it was a real 3D adventure. It's all the CPU shading. This is really cool. If you look at the glass effects here, I think these are rare bird's eggs. Like these glass type effects here, I think we have another one somewhere. They look very much like what you'd get out of Carrara. Like these types of things, and Carrara could have done caustics and these types of distortions. I don't know what they used to render that. I think Softimage was definitely involved. This is a bit like the trap that we've just seen. It is, isn't it, Jeremy? And you can get it up, you can pick it up so cheap every once in a while. It really makes me want to play Myst again. I've never played Myst in this type of setting. In this type of version, I don't think. I did give that Unity remake a go at one point, which is also coming up to about 10 years old now, I think. It's just classic, and the puzzles in this are just as baffling as they've always been. This is how we open it, I think it is. Right, indeed. That is good to know, Jeremy. So I was thinking, while I was playing this, I was thinking, if you do it well, you could literally make a game totally out of 2D elements and then not face all the problems that you have with, do you have the correct license to use this in a 3D game? This is funny. Look at that. You can open the door, and this has got to do with a bit of organizational hoo-ha. If it is all pre-rendered, which of course it is, now if I wanted to turn back, I would have to have this as a still image, but I also have a still image with the door closed so that would work. Or you play this animation backwards before you turn. So if I try to turn to the right, magically the door closes, so you don't have to put that additional logic in there. You just play that video again and boom. It's kind of clever, isn't it? Very cool. So tell me, Jeremy, why do they do it in VR games then? Is it to make it easier on the developers? Because one of the things that I like about doing something in a pre-rendered fashion is that you don't have to deal with things like, well, if the player stands behind the door, he might get trapped, and then, you know, you have to kind of bug fix that, or I haven't textured the back of the door, so you only show them what you've actually done, and that is all you get. So you don't deal with all these types of bugs where you think, hey, actually this is now, it's tricky if I now turn to the left, or I have to, you know, put boundaries here, and there's a lot of work that you don't have to do. There's other work that you have to put in place, but yeah, I mean, once you know how to navigate, and imagine this had full controller support, which it doesn't have, but you know, you could make this happen and then, you know, tell a story this way. Kind of cool, isn't it? That's right. Render everything in DAZ. Also add some small animations in there. Let me see if I can find the one where it's very obvious how they've done it. It could have even been in here. This is like a traveling vehicle, and I think we can't go forward, so we have to go and do this. So we will turn ourselves around, and this is of course the whole thing now rendered. So this would mean you'd have to render the whole frames here. But for something like pushing the lever forward, for example, you wouldn't have to do that. Maybe you'd have to just render this little rectangle around the lever, that, you know, and then that would be a lot less rendering time. This is of course full frames again, but kind of cool. You can spend as much time doing your cloth animations as well. You can just let Marvelous Designer drag those things, and you don't have to do with real-time cloth dynamics. You just pre-render it all. It's kind of a cool idea. Hey, Mr. Danny, how's it going? Danny the chef, I like it. Good to see you. Yeah, so lots of exciting little things to discover. There's another door on the other side, so we could turn this thing around and then walk through that door on the other side. This is another puzzle I just couldn't work out, so I just walked the other way. This is where we've come in just now. Fascinating environments here. And if you just make it a little bit more clear that every node that you're at has 4 directions into which you can look, that would be seriously funky. And then, oh yeah, this is another thing here, these little insects that they've put in here. So you have that still image, and then on top of that you have your particle effects. And that's a cool idea to do this, like the water ripples here. That's not a full animation, just that small strip at the bottom would have that little animation in there. It's great. I mean, it really sells the whole illusion. I really like that. Hey Camilla, how's it going? Matthew, what's happening? Good to see you, good to see you. I was on the point and click spirit, so hey, that was another one. Yeah, these little insects here really sells the illusion as if this is a fully fledged 3D world. So very, very clever. And on older systems, this is a lot less taxing, of course, than a fully fledged 3D project would be. So very nicely done. Yeah, this is a scary, cool environment here. I'll show it to you from the top because, of course, we walk through all this. And then we go, I believe, to the top here. Nice water. Lots of questions that you ask yourself while you're walking through this. The story is literally a continuation from Myst. You're helping Atreus again. Ooh, elevator! Meg, how's it going? F5, what's happening? Good to see you, good to see you all. Welcome to a little glimpse at Riven, the 1997 point-and-click classic. Sometimes you can look down. So this is where we've just walked through, and all these little islands here can be kind of enabled with a button. Like, let's say this small one here. And that now goes and fills with water. The water somehow has magical properties and is held in place. So it has, I think the surface tension of the water is much higher than we would know it from our world. So it kind of, not sure if you can see it there, but it would go and literally create a little protrusion and hold itself up. Like if I do it on the one on the top left there, this water goes down. You could pre-animate all that. Very cute. Or press escape if you don't want to see the animation, and then kick off the next one. So yeah, this is this small thing you would animate, not the rest of the scene. And I don't quite know what it means, but this puzzle, if it in fact is a puzzle, has a second part. So we looked at the thing at the top left there. And if we go through here into this mysterious looking dome, I mean there's other things here that we can explore, left and right of it. Very cool. I have to say, this is, even after 25 years, this is still a very enjoyable game. This is that island that we have enabled there, like in this sector here. So again, click this, then we see this segment of that island. I don't know what it means. Click that, and this is the second part of it. And we can also somehow go and turn this around. This, I think Brian was just saying, this is a seriously crazily organizational effort to make sure you have all these things raising up and down and looking at them from all angles. So you have to just keep track of what you're rendering out there. Crazy, huh? Really? Fi, I'll say it again. Why wouldn't more people say out your name out loud? Crazy stuff. Camilla, I have it, and I've realized I don't think I'm actually as far advanced in the game to actually trigger it. So I'm looking forward to discovering it. Apparently, the Burning Shores is triggered when you reach a certain point in the game, so you have to advance to a certain point, and then you get a kind of a phone call or something like that on your visor thing. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. Have you tried it? Do you have the game? I was a little disappointed that they didn't release it for PS4. The base game is for PS4 and PS5, but the DLC is only for... That's broken, isn't it? The DLC is only for PS5. And it's a different... I was actually quite confused by that, because it's a different project to the Horizon VR thing that got released, which fascinating story. That's made with Unreal Engine, but the rest of the game is not made with Unreal Engine. It's very interesting. Cool stuff. Right, yes, you can't get the DLC for the PS4. I don't know why they did it, because the rest of the game works on PS4, so, you know, get more sales and release it on all platforms, I would have thought. If ever I get there, I'll certainly let you know. I haven't played Forbidden West here, so maybe we should do that, you know, soon. Look into Forbidden West again. It's something I've neglected, haven't had the time. Sometimes it's pronunciation, Fi. I think so too. Sometimes it's pronunciation issues. So I occasionally get a viewer with the Korean or with the Chinese name, and it's displayed as those characters, and I'm thinking, I don't know how to pronounce that. Usually I try though. Do you know something else? I have just bought the Redfall, the Bite Back edition, and I was shopping around. That comes out on the 2nd of May, I think, 2nd of May. And I was shopping around thinking, well, am I going to buy it on PC, or maybe I'm going to buy it on the PS5? And since I enjoyed Deathloop on PS5, and the PS5 version works superior to the PC version, at least on my system, I was thinking, well, maybe I'll get it on PS5 and just shop around, see where I can get the best price. Turns out they're not releasing it on PS5, because, of course, Microsoft have bought Bethesda, and as such, they can decide what titles come out where. And the Arcane was saying that a PS5 version was, of course, in development of Redfall, and it got cancelled. And that's a bit of a disappointment, really, I thought, because, you know, so I bought the PC version, which I'm sure is going to be fine, but they want to make it an exclusive. They were lacking in exclusive, so they're playing it that way. One of those things. Call them Bob. That's a good idea. So yeah, so this is Riven, and I thought, you know, this is kind of funky. I might go and save the game here, and then we'll get on with today. What's on the menu today, which is of course the Silent Age. Let's go and save that here. Ding. Perfect. All right. Well, I hope it. You know, we didn't really do anything. So, this is something I currently have my head in, and it's tricky. I'm trying to do it without a walkthrough, but it's just so super tricky. So, exit the Steam. Ding. The Deviant. No, they're not, are they? They're not. Despite what we may have heard in the past with cloud technology and all that. Yeah, they're currently not playing. I mean, I can kind of understand Microsoft in that they said, hey, ever since we've... Let's do that, and best and windowed is good. Ever since we've bought Bethesda, we have honored all these things that were in development and releasing them on the PS5. We did all that, it's all good, but you know, now we really need to get some traction on the exclusives, and it works well for the Sony and for of course for the Nintendos of this world, so even the Epics of this world. So they thought, hey, we're gonna do exclusive Game Pass release, you know. Do you remember what happened in this game? because this is what we're going to be playing for the rest of the day. We're playing chapters 5 to hopefully 10, and I don't know if we can make it. We haven't really started with chapter 5, but previously on the Silent Age, this is our main character, and sadly I've already forgotten his name. Joe, I guess. Now inside the hospital, Joe hopes to find the time traveler and hopefully learn more. So what happened last week was that we're a janitor in 1972. We're mopping floors, and the boss gives us a new task. We need to go to the second floor that we were usually not in charge in, and we find somebody who's about to die. An older man, we don't really know much about him. There's some secret experiment, secret equipment going on there, and the man says, "My God, I'm dying. You gotta help me. You gotta go travel back in time," because there's a little time traveling fob. "You gotta travel back in time and find me there, and then prevent me from going into the future, or prevent some kind of event that's gonna happen that's gonna, make all humankind redundant and extinct. And it's all on your shoulders." Then of course he dies. We've got a time traveling device. Police catch us thinking, "What are you doing killing this guy?" We said we didn't do it, and then the next thing we know, we press the button and we're back in 1972. This is where our journey begins. Oh, you got dropped around scene 2. Dang. So we traveled a bit, and we've tracked our adventurous friend down to a hospital that we need to go into. And I think in the end of the last installment, we just found an entrance to the hospital. So we'll see what happens. This is the hospital. And I think this is also, I suppose, the future, because in the future this looks all terrible, and in the past this is what it looks like. So this is 1972, and I think the future, I don't know where that is. That's 40 years. It's kind of our time, maybe 2000 something, 20, 30, where humanity is already extinct, which is a shame. So oh really? You quite enjoyed it? How exciting. Yeah, I picked it up a couple of weeks ago when it was free on Epic, and I thought, hey, this sounds good. I do like the slow pace of these games. Office Store, let's have a look at that. And it's my first time playing this, so this one's locked. Dang. How about this one? It's also locked. Damn. But of course what we can maybe do, go into the future, into the past even, see if it's locked there. It's also locked. Dang. Last time our favorite was always go into a locked door in the past, go into the future, and then you're in the locked room in the future. Okay. Test our vision, shall we? Another E, another E. It's an E. They should really mix up the letters. It's way too easy to cheat on those tests. Which reminds me, Dr. Shapiro, my optometrist, has just sent me an email to say, "Jay, you're due for your annual eye test." It's today's date. What's the year though? Looks like an upside down tree of some kind. Oh, come on. Trachea chart. Sometimes I wonder if that's how doctors actually see people. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. You can't help. That's cool. Bingo! These are patient files. And of course, the cabinet is locked. Or maybe it's not locked in the past. Drawers are stuck, but I can't imagine why I'd need to go in there anyway. A window. I do enjoy these types of games. I won't have many hours before nightfall. Good. It'll probably be a lot easier to get around town. I'm currently working my way through the Rusty Lake games. They were really nice. I'm currently on the Rusty Lake Paradox Part 2, Chapter 2. And it's so cool because Camilla is also playing the Rusty Lake right now, so very cool. Full of medical mumbo jumbo and words like hematology, growth rate, pandemic, and a note that says, "I took your stapler, now we're even, asshole, Dr. Phelps." Good to know. Oh. Yes, indicators, indeed. indicators. They're in our neighborhood. They tend to not use them, so they always just turn without using them, or they use them without turning, or you know, some such stuff. These are still remarkably sharp. Wasn't that good? That is good. Nothing but a pile of bones and strips of clothing. Not even the spotlight can help. Makes me wonder, did we forget something upstairs? See if we can actually get back up there. Go back to see who it is. That's a good idea. Let's do that. You are the best. Oh man, could this be our time traveler? That would be bad. Danny, that's a good idea. He's dead. It was a long shot, but I kind of hoped he had somehow survived. There's only one way to get answers now, I guess. I need to find out where he lives. Well, lived. See if we can get some info on the name tag. Reginald Lambert, no address. They probably don't put stuff like that on these tags, I guess. But it's it has a file number too. If I can find this guy's medical file, I should be able to get his address. Good idea. So this is definitely the guy we found in the other time, well, in our company, the time traveler. These shelves are full of jars with weird things in them. Dang. That means we need to go into locked from the outside. I don't want to think about why that's necessary. So I suppose we need to get into some of these filing cabinets, and here or in the future. In the past, I mean. Past, future, what's the difference? Broken X-ray board. The glass is broken, but the bulbs in there seem fine. I wonder if they still work. If only the power wasn't out. Yes. Can you use... Could sure use the light, but there's no power. Can we use the scissors with the cable somehow? The cables are already cut. And this we can't go to. Just an ordinary wall lamp. See what's in the other timeline. Whoops. Should we interact with this guy? It's the insides of some guy, obviously, but I have no idea what any of this stuff is. Most of it looks like really bad balloon animals. Well, indeed. There's a key in there. Oh, that is nice. Pick it up. It's a car key. It looks like it's for one of the ambulances. I have no idea why a doctor would keep a spare key in his desk, but I'm not complaining. Should we interact with the doctor? What do you think? Hey, Mr. Yoshi, how's it going? Good to see you. He was on your stew. That looked nice, you know, especially the cornbread. It's so funny, if people haven't had it before, they usually do fall in love with it. This whole idea of having a sweet, soft type of sponge cake with your savory meal, that's a great idea, isn't it? And I remember when I told my mom about cornbread, she really loved it. And then when she came over the next time, she bought herself a huge stack of cornbread just to have. Very, very cool. Good idea, Danny. Let's do that. Let's interact with the doctor guy. Excuse me, sir. I'm the janitor. He seems very focused on whatever it is he's busy with. I better not disturb him. We can go up the stairs, I suppose. That's cool. But while we're down here, we can't go down there. Okay, fine. Oh, actually, should we have a look at the notice board here? While we're here? I don't know how to read any of this. It's all written in doctor's handwriting. Yes. Nice one. Kenny Rogers Restaurant. I don't even know that chain. I know him, of course. I didn't know he had restaurants. Very good. And then A is also open. Is this the one where we were in before? Yes, but then the car key, that's not going to open these things. Gotcha. No worries. But in here, that goes to the other spot. Door to garage. It's locked. Dang. Ha! Not anymore. Take that, time. Hello. That's what became of the ambulance, huh? This might not be working anymore. I guess I can sit there making engine noises with my mouth while imagining I'm going somewhere really fast. You could. It's the remains of the ambulance driver. Or a mechanic. It's impossible to tell, really. Poor guy. Tire. Well, no escaping without a tire, huh? Looks like someone is changing the tire. If I can just find some tools to finish the job, this ambulance could prove really useful. Ah, nice one. We even have a battery. That could give us some power. Ouch. In the other timeline. Oh my. The garage door's now open. All right. You had Kenny Rogers and Dallas. Good stuff. You're planting a cactus. That is exciting. Good for the cactus. Ambulance, let's go have a look inside here. The ambulance is missing a wheel. Well, so this just gets it started. The tank sounds full. Just need to reattach that wheel before the mechanic comes back. No worries. We can do that, we can do that. First of all, let's try to use this battery with... with the light board. These are not the tools by any chance, are they? Tire iron! My goodness! How lucky are we? That's that ambulance fixed in no time. I do like that two-dimensional thinking. Explore the room in both timelines. Battery goes on cables. Yes, I like. Lit X-ray board. It sure lights up the place. Indeed. And is that a key? It is, isn't it? It's a key. A little small to be a door key. Maybe it's for padlock or locker of some kind. Such as maybe the upstairs medical cupboard. Worth a try. Bye, Doctor. File cabinet. Great minds think alike. Which was in the past, wasn't it? If you were to make a game like this, I mean, this would be a great way to, like what we just saw in Riven, you could go and make the game in pre-rendered 2D things and then go and have these multiple timelines there. But rather than just having two, you could then expand that and have multiple timelines, like, you know, a past, a present, future, and maybe a distant future that could differ depending on what you do in the past. That's difficult to keep track of, but wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool? You have a mind? Aha! Perfect fit! It's open now. It's the perfect mind to make cornbread, for sure, and beef stew. Can you imagine? And then you have DLCs, like the distant future. It just forces you to think in a very different way. I really like that. I enjoy it when it appears to be a linear adventure, and then you think, actually, there's nothing I can use to solve this puzzle, or maybe there's something in the past or in the present, or in the future. Patient files, alright. Too bad they all have file numbers, not names. I need the right number to find this file. Didn't the guy have a number? No, he did not, did he? What do we do now, then? Well, that's a bummer. So we have his name, but we need to translate that into a number. How do we do that, then? Let me try, because we have the scissors. That is a good idea. Oh my. Or if not his toe, then perhaps just the tag. Leave the toe attached. Granted, he's not going to need it anymore, but still. I'm just saying, you know. Could we take the tag and then X-ray it on the board? Maybe that displays a patient number? That could be. It is still the same guy. I wonder if we can find out more about him. So use the scissors on the tag. Got it! Awesome. Conveniently, the scissors disappear. We no longer need it. Hey, the Sacred Sage is here! How's it going, buddy? Also, I can't see a patient number on here, you know. 49102. I don't see how I can use the tag here. Okay, no worries. We have the number. We're alright. We can go straight up and compare that number with the file cabinet. They all drink lemonade, the end. Toe tag with this. I like his sly walking as well. Jackpot! Lambert's medical file. It has an address on it. 1 Insular Grove, Lake Crichton. That's pretty far out of town. I'll need a ride. Thank God for the tire iron that we found. This is just the address. I wonder if there's X-rays in there. I just want to try this on the X-ray board that we have. Electric Kool-Aid. He's still kicking. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. That is the spirit. Oh, actually, sorry, we're already here. But can we use this with that? Is that something? I can't use the journal here. No worries. It's good to try. Oh no, that's not where we're going. We're going to the garage. But I guess... Are we going into the... We're going through the future, aren't we? There we go. Magically transform the ambulance into a working ambulance. Good stuff. So tire iron, I guess, with this. That should solve the problem. Nicely done. Garage doors open. Let's get out of town. All right.
Here, out on the road, everything seems so normal. Same moon, same night sky. After an hour of driving, it's easy to forget all about that dead world back there. How could Lambert have survived, though? If he came from the future, how did he not die along with everybody else?
It's a good question.
I just saw his body in the morgue. Now I'm driving out to talk to him alive. How does that work?
Yes.
Do you just leave a copy of yourself every time you use the box? Is that it? Are there copies of me all over the place now?
Oh, that's a crazy thought.
What if he's not there? What if I changed something and he's not alive at all?
What if it's you?
Maybe all of this has been completely pointless. Maybe there's nothing I can do after all. Maybe these will be my last days, along with everybody else's. Ugh, the thought ties my stomach in knots. No.
Possibly.
I better just not think about it and carry on. Did I bring enough gas? God, I hope I brought enough gas.
It's not like you have a choice because you got what you got. What's Disco Elysium like? I saw it on sale every once in a while, and it's sort of intriguing, but I'm not entirely sure if it's my kind of game. If you've played it, do let me know. It's one of those things that I'm kind of half interested in. I'm not entirely sure what happened with the whole publisher buyout thing. That there was something where they treated the devs really, really badly. But that's more the publisher, or rather than the actual developers that worked on the game. Ah, right. No exactly. This is why I was thinking that might be cool. Also, art style, very interesting for me, I'm thinking. Ah, thank you for the tip. I might go purchase it then next time it comes up. Statue of Freya. Danger crocodiles, no swimming. So I wonder, this is kind of in my neighborhood, isn't it? This is like South Florida here. Mailbox. Ah, Lambert, this is definitely the right place. Here you got a box. The box and label are pretty faded from the sun, so I can't make out who it is to or from. It's been sitting here for a pretty long time. I guess nobody will care if I take a peek inside. Go for it. And what's inside? It's a trophy for outstanding excellence in the field of experimental physics. I wouldn't drink out of it, but if he lasts a few hours taught me anything, it's that it'll probably find some use for it. Yes, I like it. Maybe you can go and put some gas into it. Must be his house on the small island. And of course, we're going to walk there. Nope, we're going to boat there. Ay, caramba. I mean, just comparing a scene setup like this, this is, I don't know if this is a 2D or a 3D engine. It could be either. But if it was 2D, then you could literally have this as a long pre-rendered strip that you scroll and then add these particle effects on top of it. Also pre-rendered if you like. But both Unity and Unreal Engine, they both have things like, Unreal Engine calls it paper. I don't know what it's called in Unity, but they are essentially using 3D assets to render just a 2D picture out of it. So they have these types of frameworks integrated. Flooded boat, that's no good, is it? Because it's flooded. It's completely flooded. This boat's not going anywhere but down.
Man.
It's out of power again because it's nightfall. Oh, this is interesting. A nice little twist. Can we use the trophy with this and just get some of the water out? We certainly can. All drained and no holes in the bottom either. I guess it was just all seawater. Really? Conveniently, the cup has disappeared. I haven't played with those painting styles yet. He's released an update, Alan White, but it was all a bit too cumbersome to set it up for me. Yeah, so no further progress on that. You're Central Florida. I think there's no swamps around me either, but apparently there's kind of, they're in walking distance. No oars, and I need to get the motor going. How do we do that then? It's completely dry. I need to fill it up. How do we do that then? There might be gas in the car. Provided we can find a way, plenty of gas left. We can find a way to kind of siphon it out. See what we have here. Mechanical jack. Okay, this will definitely come in handy. A pump. Would you look at that? And anything else? A few blankets. Or can we attach the pump to here? Wow, this thing's got some wicked suction. It's all full of gas now. Good stuff. So the gas is in the pump. Now we connect the pump. That's a clever way of doing it. Connect the pump to the boat. And then we're going to put that into here, maybe? Is that how we do that? That should do it. Your cousin's in Jacksonville. Cool. Come visit. Let's boat.
I was a little lad, and so my mother told me, way haul away, we'll haul away, Joe.
Nice. I like it. I like it. I like it. K.R. Lambert. See what we can find out. Sea crocodiles. This is definitely southern Florida. Gator nuggets. Next stop. Those spikes are unusually pointy, almost as if someone had them sharpened on purpose. And maybe they're gator teeth. They're supposed to be very sharp too. Right, I get it. Lambert likes his privacy, but these crocodile signs are really laying it on a bit thick. I agree. Hey, we tried. We can't get in. Game's over. Oh, the jack. Right. Let's try the jack. This job needs a jack, not a Joel. I like it. Hiya! Man, that jack really did the trick. I should be able to squeeze through now. Those will come in handy. Lambert sure takes his gardening seriously. These are some quality shears. And is that breathing crocodile? It is, isn't it? How am I going to handle this guy? Elvis.
What the? Whoa!
We only have the shears, so that's not going to work, is it? While that would make for the manliest epitaph in history, there's going to be no one left to... What a shame. What else could we do then here? Can we cut something on the outside? Maybe cut the sign off with the scissors and sort of give it to him, because that's the only other thing that is out here. Maybe bang him over the head with it. It's a metal pipe. These shears may be sharp, but they're not that sharp. So then maybe something like a branch we can cut off here. Or anything else. Chuck it in the lake, see what happens. Seems too useful to just throw it in the water. I agree, buddy. Let's not do that. Got the flower, give it to the croc. He'll be so confused you can sneak past him. If I can, let me try that. The flower is not selectable. Ending the pot empty. Dang. Wall. It isn't working. And we can't use the time traveling device because, of course, it's solar powered. So, what else is within our reach then that we could use the shears with? The chain link fence, of course. Let's go cut a hole in that. Aha! Well, the shears are history, but at least I managed to make a decent-sized, me-sized hole. Good stuff. Circumnavigation. I like it. Looks like maybe we can electrocute the poor guy. You had the right idea, Jeremy. Exactly. Oh, koi pond. Look at that. So I thought it's a button. Lucky you, it's open. Sweet. Open and dark. Light switch. Oh, it's working. That is good. This is where the mad professor must have done his inventions. Some kind of electronic thing. Some kind of equipment. There's a lot of electric parts in there, none of which I recognize. Looks like blueprints for the still. Ah, and here is the still. Some kind of a small key. I wonder what it goes with. Looks like Lambert's been cooking up some moonshine in here. Ooh. Have a sip. Try it out. Sample the merchandise. Usually there should be something underneath the doormat. You were so close, Jeremy. Well, I have a feeling that key might be for the junction box. Because it has that type of shape to it. It has as well. I wonder if I do this, isn't the fish going to get electrocuted here? There's a big bright fish down there. This could actually be food for the crocodile. That is a good idea. Even though it's no longer moving, I still can't reach it. Okay, fine. Let's go put this back on. I think, wasn't there something that required electricity inside the trailer, to which this thing is also connected? Forgot what it was that needed electricity. This thing, maybe? No. No. Hook up the grill, that's a good idea. Depends if it's electric, coal, gas. Ooh. Somebody forgot to clean the grill. There's a set of tongs though. That might be useful. As well as... Oh, that was the tongs. I thought that was sausages from back in the day. Alright, let's go and switch this off. Grab the fish. This is exciting, isn't it? Now you need an angel. I like it. Ooh, there he is. He swims still. I do like that. I mean, logistically, I really like that you don't clutter up your inventory with lots of stuff that you've used. Like in the old LucasArts adventures, where when you collect something, you use it once, you don't know, do I need to use it once again, or is it out of commission now? I like that it just disappears. It keeps the inventory very clean and tidy. Like in Rusty Lake, I like that as well. Here you go, now shoo! And he obeys! Right, good stuff. It's locked. With a crocodile guarding my door, I probably keep it locked at all times too. How does he get out of here? Chainsaw. Very Maniac Mansion. I finally come across something useful like a chainsaw, and of course there's no gas in it, because why would there be? Dang. It's just firewood. See, if you still had the pump, maybe there'd still be gas in there. Nothing special about the logs. And the front door's, of course, locked. I need to get in somehow. Under normal circumstances, I'd respect a man's right to privacy, but I probably won't survive on good manners. I need to go in there before the scaly beast returns. Can we just jimmy this thing open somehow? Yeah, still no gas. Huh. Maybe it's solar powered. Use moonshine as the fuel. Ooh. You heat up some stuffed peppers. That sounds very nice. Tell us what you stuff them with. Stuffed peppers. It's been ages since we had those. That is a great idea. We do have peppers. We do have beef frequently, but never really stuffed inside one the other. Very clever. Let's use that with moonshine. That is a good idea, guys. I filled it up with alcohol from the still. I sure hope this works. Only one way to find out. Hole in fence. With particle effects. Good stuff. Really? Stuffed green peppers tomorrow. Go for it. I love it. That bit of mashed potato on the side. I love it. Okay, that's Monday's dinner sorted, Julia. I love it. We've got abstract painting number 1 and abstract painting number 2. It's a triangle, but it's going in circles. It's a triangle made of cubes going in circles. I like his commentary. It's a painting of a bunch of stacked cubes. I actually can't tell which one is at the top. They all seem to be, well, on the top. Not much here except a box of matches. Don't knock it. These could come in handy. Oh, there's only one left in the box. You better be absolutely super careful with that. Wine opener. Something everybody should have. Also known as a corkscrew. This guy sure has style. Abstract painting number 4. Not a curve in it, but it's going in circles. And we have a dust print. Looks like there used to be a rifle mounted here. If only we could go back in the past, maybe we could grab it. It's pretty dark in here, but I'm positive these are all the same book. Really thick ones too. I doubt Lambert will miss a few. What's it called? Infinite Universes. Oh, nice. Just by the thickness of most of these, I can tell they aren't for me. For some reason, he's got a lot of copies of the same book. Probably his own book. Piles and piles of books. And what appears to be a dead animal. Kind of rough, almost like horsehair. More abstract paintings. I can barely make it out, but it looks a lot like the other paintings in here. Probably by the same artist. It's a grand piano. Well, what are the chances that we take the books and put them on the fireplace? Yes, and then we use just one match to make a fire here. We don't need additional logs for this, do we? Nope, that seems to do the trick. Fish sauce and Hoisin sauce. I like it, I like it. Have a good dinner, Meg. Enjoy. Oh, and you just bought them ready-made from Costco. Interesting. Not bad. So what are we missing here? So that bottle of wine is not selectable. Neither are any of these bottles. So then what are we going to do with the corkscrew? Oh, zebra! Oh, I see. Now we can see it.
Nice.
Wait a minute, there's something under here. Dun dun. It's a trap door. Or perhaps that's what we can do with the wine opener. Alright. Fireman, burn those books. Wow. Looks like we're not running out of wine anytime soon, huh? That's a lot of wine for just one guy. Floor marks, eh? It's a lot of scuff marks. I guess Lambert couldn't decide how to decorate this place. Oh, come on. It's gotta be... There's a bottle missing from this shelf. If only we could have picked up the bottle at the very top. Maybe we can replace it? Or maybe there's one particular one we can just grab and take out. In either shelf. But that's not how it works, is it? It's locked, but it doesn't feel solid. This is, of course, where he would have done his secret time-traveling experiments, right? I would imagine. Whoa, or maybe it was here. They're blueprints for a time machine. I don't exactly have an engineering degree, but it says so on the drawings. Spherical contraption. Very sciencey. Tanning bulb, check it out. This might be useful to charge up our time traveling device if we figure out a way to use it. Desk lamp, see? I'm thinking just a regular desk lamp, but if we go and use this with that, with desk lamp.
No.
This bulb was way too big to fit inside there. Okay, what a shame. Just an idea. Trash can. Man, I've been in this job for too long. I can't even walk by a trash can anymore without checking if it needs emptying. Dang. Lamp in the main room. I'll also see if I can pick up the bottle of wine now. I mean, that's another possibility. No, can't pick that up. Lamp. Here, let me see if I can pop that into here. That is bright, and now I can time travel. Ha ha ha! Look at that! Boom! Well, that is just... There's an axe in there. Can't reach it from here, though. Those are some tough vines. Broken door. Can we go out? See what became of the crocodile. I need to get to Lambert. Inside is my best bet. No worries. Poor abstract art. It's stuck. Well, never mind. As long as we can go back and forth. Haha! This is exciting, isn't it? What does this do? It looks like some kind of water collection system. Vegetables. This must be how he survived for so long. Look at that, he's got... It's been a while since it's had any use. Raised beds, very cool. Little twig. I guess I've put Stranger Things to use. Definitely. That lamp looks like we can't interact with it. See if that trapdoor is still useful. I can't get a grip on it. No worries, but we can go and time travel. Then go down. Time travel again. If that thing lasts that long. I don't know how many uses we get out of it before it goes and does its thing. I'm thinking that if we don't find a number for this, maybe we draw out like one of those triangle shapes on here. Oh. Fire extinguisher. Check it out. It's one of those extinguishers that needs to be filled up with water first. I get you, buddy. We best do that. There's not enough food here to survive a month. It's all steel now. I guess Lambert did some work on this place. Yeah, including this mysterious door that didn't want to open.
Huh.
That wasn't here before. Do you know, maybe I light this so that it's a burning twig, then I go and burn the vine outside, and then get the axe that way. That might work. And so that the whole house doesn't burn down, let's make sure we fill up the fire extinguisher first, shall we? And didn't this used to be wood? Yeah, it used to be. There's a lock on it now. Dang it. Very clever. So first, fill up fire extinguisher. Filled up with water, check it out. Now, use twig with this, maybe. The fire isn't catching. I need some way to make it a bit more flammable. Well, that's probably done with the alcohol in his trailer, I'm thinking. Could do. Or it could be a total catastrophe. Worth a try. What do we got to lose? Boy, I really did a number on that door. But you can't go back outside? Dang! Considering what I just went through to get in here, I really have no desire to go out again. Also, crocodile. Yeah, there is that. That's not good. Sage, thank you so much for dropping by. Thank you so much for dropping by. I'll see you next time, buddy. Put that on here. Does that dry it out? See, no. Look, this is why you'll never be an interior decorator. Yes, I agree. And what else are we missing here then? There is that on here. That's not going to do it, right? Because not sure this makes sense, but we can maybe just go fish it out. Maybe I'm thinking too complicated here. Fish that out. I'm not sure what I'm going for here. Maybe the axe. Twig with vines. No, he doesn't want to do it. Can't reach it from here. Those are some tough vines. So yeah, definitely burning them down. And there's nothing else that we've overlooked here. Starburst clock, anything like... Use twig with starburst clock, maybe? Yeah, that doesn't work. I didn't think it did. Applied Physics and the Many Words Conundrum. A primer by Reginald Lambert. Oh, He's gonna be happy about this. I just chucked a whole bunch of them in the fire. Well, he's dead. He's not gonna worry about it anymore. Dust print. So do we have... Yeah, there's no gun here. That would have been nice as well. And that twig really isn't doing it, is it? Need some way to make it a bit more flammable. And I'm thinking water isn't going to do that either, is it? There's got to be something in that future basement. Or maybe there's something in the barrel over there. Is this a selectable barrel? Yes. Let me try that. That in here. The barrel's empty. Even if it wasn't, no amount of water will bring this thing back to life. Dang. And it is not in the past. Dang. Well. That is a problem, isn't it? What else is in the basement then? There's got to be something flammable in there. If not in this basement. That sure will not work. I thought it might. Doesn't feel solid. Can we just use that on the door? Area man banks on interior receives face full of shrapnel. Even if there were papers to write about it, no headlines. I'll have arthritis by the time I get through that door with this twig. Okay. Just checking. Guess that's not how we do that then. What's in this room in the future then? Ooh, I don't think we've seen that yet. Very nice. Blueprints. The Mark II. This drawing is really complicated, but the outline of it look a lot like the machine I have. Indeed, the Mark II. Floor plans. It's a bunch of drawings and floor plans of a big building. Wait, I recognize this. It's my workplace. This is Archon. And here's an oil drum. This is probably where we need to stick that twig in. I can't. Why not? Open it up already. Yeah. Got the lid off. It's full of oil. Perfect. Let's put the thing in there then. The twig's all oily now. Come on, let's burn this thing. Small photo lab. Ooh, that's exciting. It's a small dark room over here. Red bulb, photo equipment, developer. It's got everything. And it's 1972.
Wow.
Man, this is really something. According to those other blueprints, this was Lambert's first version of the time machine. It looks completely abandoned though. Huh. I'm pretty sure this door used to be wood. It's all steel now. So this guy knew about the company we worked for. That is interesting. He even had floor plans. Makes you wonder why though. What did our company do? Crazy to think about that, huh? What did they do? Oily twig, meet fire. Fire, meet oily twig. It's burning twig now. Whatever I had in my hand with this, I better get to it quick. Let's get to it quick. Let's go and travel, in fact, no. Travel out of here. Go to here, pop that on vines. Fingers crossed, come on. vines on fire. Should we just let them burn out, or should we do something with the fire extinguisher? What do you think? I've burnt it! Fire, I've burnt it! Okay, let's extinguish the fire. This should be enough to get some barbecue. Ooh, there we go. That was good. Phew, it's out. I think I'm done pyrotechnically doing things. Was stuck in there pretty good, but I got it. Awesome. Shall we see if we can smash a door? And there's really no need to do that when I've got a perfectly working time machine right here. Good point, my friend. Good point. So with this, we take care of that not so sturdy looking door in the basement, right? I'm thinking. And boom, exactly, Camilla. Great minds think alike. Yeah, this door here. This door right here. Axe, meet door. Yes! Perfect. And we're left with nothing once again. Fish! We could put him in the fish tank outside. It's like a man cave. Somebody's taking good care of this fish. Lambert has to be around here. Yes. You'd think. I'm no astronomer, but I'm pretty sure that's the moon up there. Do you know, I always wanted a moon globe when I was little. That was before we had Google Maps and Google Moon. There are a couple of notebooks in here. March 11th, 1971. I've prepared a logbook to document my progress. This is just in case something happens to me and someone else needs to continue my work. It's been just under a month since I've left Arkham. Oh, from what little I've heard, they seem to be pushing ahead with more time travel trials despite all the setbacks. Fools! Every last of them. So they were working on time travel at Arkham. It's a lava lamp. Man, I love those. No matter how many times I walk these steps with my eyes, they always end up in the same place. Oh, do you think we can use the lava lamp in place of the missing wine bottle and then open the secret door like this?
Nope.
What a shame. There goes that idea. And there was no bottle I could... Ah, we could of course travel back and forth in time. Plug in the lava lamp right here. Same abstract painting. We have an old sock on the floor. Well, you've had a long day. You should consider... Oh, wow, these are all his notebooks now. Good stuff. No progress this week. 2 months of cold nights since that imbecile broke my bedroom door, and last night I nearly got mauled by a bear, so I finally caved and built new doors. That explains that then. I like to see him blunder his way through these. Still, I must admit he gives an entirely new meaning to the term idiot-proof. Is he talking about us? He is, isn't he? Dang! We do something in the past and it'll appear in these notebooks. This one's dated July 85. It's the math. There's simply no fighting it. No way in hell am I going to reliably generate the 1.21 gigawatts required to... I'm scrapping it. The whole thing. Time to start over. I'm going in circles and everything keeps bringing me back to the handheld device that idiot showed me. How in the blazes did I accomplish that? Yes. Success! 93. Using the salvaged photo equipment I scavenged in March, I've reduced the size of the circuits in fabrication process by an order of magnitude. Once I redesign and reproduce the rest of the components, this thing should be able to run off a modestly sized diesel generator. This is exciting, isn't it? Mr. Brian, we're not there yet, but I think this time loop thing continues to be seriously fascinating. I really like it. '99. Well, here we are. Truth be told, I never imagined I'd be celebrating the turn of the millennium on some godforsaken pile of dirt in the middle of a swamp. And yet you do. I've never been one for parties, but given the chance, I'd give anything to make an ass of myself with a lampshade at some social gathering right now, rather than savoring the last moments of the year over yet another cabbage dinner and the last bottle of cheap Merlot. Oh, society's going down. I tell you that. Another one, 72. That's we're back at the beginning. Interesting. So I wonder then if we also have multiple goals at this in the past. Like here, we only have a few notebooks here. Prepare a logbook. We've had that one already. And someone else needs to continue my work. ... Is there more? I wonder. Preliminary build plans for my own homegrown version of the IPMCI are complete. The IPMCI, which I'll henceforth refer to as Time Machine, should take me no less than 3 years to complete on my own, barring any setbacks, of course. Good luck with that, buddy. And this one we've already had. Well, interesting. Brian, how was your day? Did you work more on your animation project? Brian's currently compiling something, a little animation idea that I'm very much looking forward to. Wine bottle. That's weird. I don't think this bottle is made of glass. Even the cork seems painted on. Really? Odd wine bottle. And funny how I didn't see that without the thing plugged in there. Very interesting. Do we kind of put the odd wine bottle into here, maybe? Yes! Superb! Far out, man! There's a secret passage! You're messing with your project. Cool. I love it. That is very cool. I'm glad you're back in the creative spirit. Sometimes it just takes a while to juggle it with other commitments. Hey there, buddy. How's it going?
Stop right there.
Whoa,
It's
whoa,
not us
wait.
then.
Mr. Lambert, sir, it's me, Joe.
I don't know you. What are you doing in my house?
You sent me here, remember?
I've done no such thing. For an intruder, you're not very bright, you know that? For all the commotion you caused getting in here, you might as well have brought a bulldozer. Now, you have exactly 5 seconds to explain what you're doing here. Or so help me God, I'm pulling this trigger and sending you on your way. 5.
I was sent here.
4.
By you.
3.
You told me to find you, to warn you about the end of the world.
2.
You were old, with white hair, and you got shot. Oh, God, please don't shoot me, Mr. Lambert. This, you gave me this. It's an something chrono. It's a time machine.
I gave you that?
Yes.
Yes!
And you tried to recreate it for like
I've never
20
seen
years.
anything like it. But on the back, that's my family signet. I made this.
You did?
It's simply magnificent. I gave this to you? Why? Who are you?
Name's Joe, sir. I'm just a janitor at the Archon building. I found you in a room with a big, round door in the basement labs this morning, and you were dying. You said you'd come from 40 years in the future to
stop the end of the world. I guess I was the only one around, so you gave me this and told me to find you and tell you all this, and I've been there. The future, I mean. A bunch of times. And you were right, Mr. Lambert. Everyone's gone.
You predicted it.
God, so it did come to pass. They really did it, those greedy goddamn bastards. I told them this would happen. Wait, I was dying? How?
You said you'd been shot. I had to actually find you at the morgue to get this address.
Shot? By whom? No, wait. Don't say anything else. You succeeded in finding me, which means anything you tell me from this point on could alter the course of action that brought you to my doorstep. The less I know, the better. So, you've seen the future. What did you see?
You just said not to say anything.
It's like a bad dream, sir. Everyone's gone. Buildings are coming apart. It's all just quiet. What happened, Mr. Lambert?
It is Dr. Lambert.
Doctor, of
And
course.
considering all the effort you just went through to find me, not to mention bearing witness to the horrific outcome of the biggest breakthrough in the history of science, I suppose I owe you some kind of explanation.
Please, all of us, really. Let's hear it.
I was 24 when I got hired by Archon, or Athena as it was called back then. Athena was one of the many weapons R&D companies formed during the Second World War. Unlike other R&D companies that had retooled themselves to pursue peacetime activities after the war, Athena had made enough money to continue chasing the next big thing in defense technologies.
Which was, of
They were
course,
betting the farm on post-war Soviet expansion, raising the level of government paranoia to create a lucrative market for esoteric weapons research. I'd say they made the right bet.
dun dun.
Still a theoretical physicist at MIT, my thesis on the possibility of time travel via dimensional membranes got published shortly after I was hired in 1961.
Good paper, that.
Company heads were so impressed, they gave me a team and a budget. Development exceeded even my own expectations. And after only 6 years, we had the first primitive version of the time machine up and running.
Fantastic. And yes, don't microwave the cat. The poor cat.
Our first successful trials involved sending simple objects into the future with a timed return. But with Archon running out of money, that was all the company bigwigs needed to secure a big fat contract with the Department of Defense. Apparently, we had sold them on the idea that the technology could be used to go back in time and strangle communism in its cradle.
Hey, Mr. Chris. How's
the
it
reality,
going?
of course, was that it couldn't.
Dun dun.
Due to the laws of causality, you can't travel back in time beyond the point where time travel was invented.
Oh.
And sooner or later, we had to explain that to our benefactors.
Oh.
When they started pushing for progress reports, Archon management had to come clean, but instead chose to ease government concerns by claiming the technology could be used to bring back advanced weapons from the future.
Also a good idea.
But this, too, was a lie.
Yes, with humanity gone and all, I can imagine that's a bit of a tough one.
At this point, we'd already had our first of many human trials, and we knew there would be no weapons. In fact, our results were as terrifying as they were baffling. Time pilots returned frenzied and confused, raving about empty streets and human remains. At first, we assumed the city had suffered a Soviet attack in the near future and had been evacuated as a result. But as we pushed on further, the terrible reality became clear. Time pilots started returning fatally ill, dying within a day or two from painful convulsions. Some never returned. We lost several pilots, machine prototypes, and other equipment. When the first contamination erupted in the lab, we were completely unprepared, losing 3 lab technicians to what we later identified as an incredibly aggressive airborne virus.
Oh, from the future. Like Corona. How interesting. And this game was made in 2012.
Although we weren't equipped to handle biohazards of this magnitude, management insisted we contain and study it. To keep our pilots and the virus alive long enough to study, we co-opted experimental cryotechnology from another project, Lazarus, and established a makeshift virus lab. Once again, the bigwigs managed to spin our setbacks into a success story for the Department of Defense, now
clever.
claiming that the virus could be cultivated for use as a biological weapon.
Of course they would.
The team threatened to resign, but outrage was swiftly quenched by promises of massive salary increases and stock options.
Works every time.
I
Great.
didn't take the bribe. I'd witnessed the lethal efficiency of the virus firsthand. I knew there was only one way this was going to end, so I handed in my resignation and set up shop out here. For over a year, I've been working to recreate the technology to bring me back in time and prevent mankind's extinction from ever happening.
Right. Cool.
And now you're here, the harbinger of doom at my doorstep, wearing a boiler suit.
The same.
Who could have imagined that Judgment Day would begin like any other Monday in May?
And it
In
is
any
really
case,
so.
unfathomable as it may be that you were able to bring this information to me, knowing is only half the battle. Preventing the outbreak will require more than just your tenacity.
Ah,
Me? Wait, what?
Yes, I'm afraid I must rely on you one more time. You must go back to Archon and prevent the outbreak.
No, that's, I mean, I'm really honored and everything, but
Believe me, you're the last person in the world I want to entrust with this, and I mean that quite literally. But by this time tomorrow, the entire city will have succumbed to chaos, panic, and death. You're here now, and you're all I've got.
wait, but what about you? Can't you fix this, Doc? Don't you have a plan?
I can't go myself, because that would break the law of causality. The
gotcha.
only reason you are here to warn me now is because I was there to send you. And the only reason I was there to send you is because I was able to bring my work to fruition here.
But
We've no time to waste. It's the only way. You told me you found me this morning, correct?
yes, but
That means I failed to stop it, and the outbreak has already begun. The time pilot for today's trials must have brought the virus back from the future, which then somehow got out of the containment chamber and spread. That pilot is Patient Zero.
Gotcha.
I need you to destroy the supercomputer system controlling the time machine. All the research data
Supercomputer.
is stored there too. You must destroy it before the time machine departs. I'm reconfiguring your device to send you back 1 day earlier.
Oh, you
This
can
should
do
allow
that?
you ample time to return to Archon and get inside.
Right.
On the other shore from here, about 500 yards down the road, is a rest stop. You'll find a van there, fueled and ready to go.
When did you do that?
oh, I already have a ride.
Which won't be there yesterday, you ninny.
Oh, yeah.
Stop interrupting me. One last thing, and I need you to listen carefully because this is very, very important.
Totally listening.
Make sure you do not meet the earlier version of you.
Ah,
Why? What will happen?
No one knows for sure. It's one of the conundrums not yet accounted for. There are theories, of course. None of them pleasant.
dang. Okay.
Now, let's get you ready.
Time cooties is a good word for that, Brian. What a cool story, huh? And of course, we are going to meet our other self.
How did I get myself into this? I nearly got killed trying to reach Dr. Lambert thinking he had a plan. And it turns out it's me. I'm the plan.
I'm the plan.
At least I don't have to walk back.
This van's not as cool as the ambulance, but it has its charm. And it sure was nice of him to pack me lunch. I wish he'd pack me a can opener for the beans, though. And some gas for the Bunsen burner. But I'm sure I'll think of something. I've got several hours of driving ahead of me after all. It'll be almost morning before I get to Archon.
The next time you should take a plane.
I
Or
just hope
faster
I
car.
have enough time.
Very cool story, I have to say. Jeremy, that could well be. At first we thought the time traveler himself is actually us from the future. Turns out they are actually two different people. But now it could well be that if we do arrive earlier, then we might be patient zero. So an interesting conundrum also that you can't travel in time to a point before time travel was invented. I suppose it really depends on which author you speak to, but that's an interesting restriction that they've put in there, because otherwise you could go to the time of the dinosaurs and see what it's like and maybe, you know, alter the course of history. That's kind of a cool idea to say, well, in our world that just can't happen. So very, very clever. Yes, they ask for such small favors, don't they? Crazy. Are we in for another chapter? I'm kind of interested to see what happens next here. Archon, do we keep that? What does it look like in the future? Yep, that is boarded up, and it's also raining, probably crazy rain. He's back! Oh my, we're also back, Danny. We're back a day earlier than before. No power. Dang, okay, fine. Oh, there's a nightclub. We should check that out. Charred pile, probably something I burnt in the past. Nightclub entrance is locked, of course.
Hang on.
It's a big pile of burnt files and printouts. Several drawers worth from the looks of it. Some of the pages are still partially readable. Well, pick it up. We lost Friedman today. The only thing more alarming than the pathogen's unprecedented incubation period is the horrific physical toll it takes on the human body. It is a truly gruesome thing to behold. Dang. Just under 49 hours after infection, while in quarantine, Friedman snapped his own spine from the convulsions. As per company protocol, his family will be notified that he died in an accidental fire. A mock urn will be shipped to the federal director to hand over to the family, and his body will be kept here for further study. Clever, that's how they do it, huh? All staff memo. As you are all aware, the media has been brewing up a storm over the last few days about a highly contagious disease that has claimed more than 600 lives in the metropolitan area. CDC officials have launched an investigation into identifying the outbreak's epicenter, and unless we act swiftly, we could be subject to a nasty and entirely unwarranted PR crisis that could just cost the company a lot of jobs. All employees of Sub-Basement Lab 2-4 not home sick today are therefore required to bring all hard copy documentation and research data from their respective projects outside to the back of the building ASAP for immediate destruction, which is what we're witnessing now. This includes any potential incriminating magnetic tapes and photographs too. Under no circumstances are employees to speak with members of the press. Please redirect any queries to our expert PR and legal teams, and with a little luck, this will all blow over soon. Remember, loose lips sink ships, comma, the management. Okay. Whew. Anything else?
Hang on.
Nope, nothing else. More chart piles here.
Hang on.
Is it the same? No, it's the same. Okay. Parking meter.
Hey.
A quarter! Alright! That is good. There's also a H on the floor. Another parking meter. Maybe we'll get rich on quarters. Frank always told me these things stole and cheated like his uncle twice removed. I'm kind of glad I don't drive a car. Oh, there's a big hole in here. Let's see what happens in this timeline. Check the meter, Danny says. Is this anything? No. I like that my van is still there. Mr. Gobbles Dimes. That is a good password. check out the nightclub. I could have punched in my code, but I totally didn't. Disco ball, alright. With all the rocks, syringes and burning branches I've put to good use lately, I'm starting to trust my sense of what stuff might come in handy. And that bad boy is definitely coming with me. Another quarter, look at that. Got quarters now. What does this do?
Hey, don't you be touching that.
Sorry, just looking.
What is this thing? Please do not press the button. Oh, come on. If they really didn't want people to press the button, why'd they put up that sign? I totally agree. Probably lowers the disco ball.
Right on time. Welcome to the hippest joint in town, my man. We so underground, we literally 4 steps below the tarmac.
Woohoo!
Now what can I do for you?
Actually, I just saw the sign. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
Of course you do. You here because you heard this place was jumping. And you heard right, my man. We got grooves so bad, we make Studio 54 look like off-season fat camp.
It's kind of empty in here.
Yeah, no, I know, man. We literally just opened like 5 minutes ago. They coming. They all coming. Don't
Right.
you worry.
Over the
Gonna
next
be
10
knee
years.
Deep in honeys before you know it. Believe that. Now, what can old Cedric get you?
Cedric!
Now, I could use a beer, I guess.
A beer? A beer in here? You embarrassing me here, bub. I got university degrees in mixonomy and mixology. I mix mojitos for the gods.
Just a beer, please.
Man, you really going through with all that, ain't you? All right, seeing as you're the first patron of the night and all, I'll let you have that one. That'll be $1.
Oh, come on.
$1? Jeez. You sure weren't kidding about this being a high-class joint.
Look, I don't jack the prices, kid. This here establishment is just geared towards a more, shall we say, discerning clientele.
But it's empty.
Yeah, thank you, man. I got that. I know it's empty, all right? I can see that. I told you, we just opened. Now, you gonna pay for that beer or what?
I think I left my wallet in my jacket. I'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
Oh, I'll
yes.
be here.
Yeah, you and nobody else, probably. So looks like we're gonna find 2 more quarters then. Or, not buy the beer. That is the other opportunity that we have here. Not buy the beer. Well, maybe we'll go into the company with our entry code that we, I'm sure, remember. See if we find anything in there. Arkan HQ. I don't have my access card. Besides, I need a code to enter after hours, and I don't know the combination. Ah, man. What a shame. It's still warm from the long drive. Not as cool as the ambulance, but this old girl is not without her charms. Well, what's the club look like in the future? Go to the future, indeed, Danny. Let's do that. Is that Isaac? It's the bartender, isn't he? It's a person. At least it used to be. Maybe let's bring our own beer from the future. And also no disco ball, so that would indicate somebody actually snatched it. It was so shiny. It's a thick, heavy-duty cable. This could come in handy. I like it. What are we going to do with the cable? Ah. So we don't walk out, of course. No thanks, I can see part of the skull. I really don't need to see the rest. No worries. Hey, perfect. What do we attach that to then? Can't get that to work. Maybe to this? It isn't working. We could strangle him with the cable. You'd think that would work, but it somehow just doesn't. Sadly, we're not allowed to see the rest of the club. What a shame. So I haven't really looked into the future of this either. Oh, into the future rather. Aside from that, this is closed. Do you know, maybe I can attach the cable to one of the signs? Maybe not, even if not in this timeline, maybe the other timeline. Maybe I should try something else, because these guys have electricity, don't they? We've got a problem with the internet. Looks like we're back in business. Rather not at 144p. YouTube, that is never a good resolution, ever. I don't even care if you provide it or not. We don't want to see 144p. Uncool. 100% uncoolness. Alright. Thank you, Brian. That is exactly the amount of quarters I need. Sorry about that technical hitch-up, just switched internet connections and it looks like we're back in business, trying to find quarters. Also, what did you say about the resolution? 144p, bad. Like anything higher, good. There, much better. Okay. So, where were we? Attaching cables to stuff. Maybe attach that to the van. I guess I could pull the doors off by trying the cable on the van, but then I'd have to every cop for blocking running this way, and I kind of doubt they'd let me off with a warning. Yeah, let's not do that then. Let's do, I don't know, let's do something with this sign here maybe. Yeah. No then. Anything in here? The hole! We could jump down there. I mean, is that a good idea? Should we use the rope with the hole? Would we ever get back up? It's a big hole in the tarmac. Perhaps if we use the cable with the parking meter to... Yes! Getting pretty good at this knot tying business. Ah, heck, I jinxed it! Now that the cable's gonna snap with me on it, and I'll die down there with 2 broken stumps for legs. Don't do that. Try going down now. Ooh, the subway. There's gonna be tons of quarters down here. I can feel it. Like in the payphone, for example. There's always quarters in the payphone. Looks like it's been out of service for decades. Okay, fine. Maybe in the other timeline, perhaps? Ooh, maybe we can even go ride the train in a minute. Just 1/4 short of $1. All right, and another cable. That is exciting, isn't it? Cable is probably used for the welding going on inside the car. Is it good welding or bad welding? Oh, there's a dude who's good welding. Do you know what? I swear my dad had one of these in the same color. True story. Maybe we can borrow his wrench. I'm sure he doesn't mind.
Sir, would
He
you
does
kindly
mind.
step away from there? It's not safe.
Dang. The welding's power supply. Whoops. Do you know, I just picked up an Unreal Engine asset today that was the interior of a subway train. Very cool thing. It's in the permanently free collection. Too dark to see anything over there. I'm gonna need some light. Do we have light? Do we, Buffalo? Light beam, let's redirect that somehow. That's pretty bright. If I could find some way to spread that light, I might be able to see the rest of the room. Yes, indeed. Oh, he's got some quarters. Hey there, musician. By the looks of it, he's a vet. I think he's blind too. Oh my god, don't do that. Don't steal from the... He could... stealing from a blind vet! I still have standards, so yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. There's draft coming from this vent. I can hear loud humming noise inside. Go to the future and rob him. You have to... I appreciate you putting hints out once I've actually tried it, Danny. Thank you for your help, but I would really like to figure this out myself before you give me, you know, pre-hints. I believe it's called backseat driving. But I do appreciate it, thanks. And it has worked. Now we have $1 to buy the beer. Mysteries of the vent. This grating is actually a little bit loose now that the bolts have rusted. Well, should we use one of the dollars to kind of unscrew it? Still not rusty enough to pry it off with my bare hands, so it's loose enough for me to wedge a coin in between the grating and the wall, but I can't get enough leverage. I need something larger. Yes, sir! How's it going, buddy? Long time no see. Did we want to make a phone call? Who would I call? And who would I call at this hour? So, let's go buy that beer, I think. With the only item that we actually have in our possession. Hey there, bartender. One beer, please.
I've changed my mind. For the money, give me the fanciest drink you've got.
A challenge, huh? All right, I'll bite.
Oh, don't do that.
To be dazzled.
He's going to charge you
One
more if you do
rainbow
that.
Frosted hot lava slushy deluxe with a twist coming right up.
Oh, that's the distraction. Perfect. Let's go press that button and grab the disco ball. It's coming down. I'll just get it quickly before he sees me. Hiya! Fantastic!
It is. Whoa, hold your horses, Chief. This ain't your daddy's sparkling wine spritzer. Now, where did I put them quail eggs?
I'll be okay. I've got an allergy against quail eggs. Don't drink it!
Whoa. Man, that's It's like the universe just revealed all of its secrets inside my mouth.
And can I get to keep the umbrella? Nope, but I can keep drinking the drink unlimited amounts of times.
Sweet mercy. It's like riding sidecar with a unicorn down a mountain of cashmere sweaters.
Sweet! Do you think we'll ever get drunk?
Oh, mama. That's good.
What else does he say?
Oh, baby. You're not like the others. We're not hitchhiking anymore. We're riding.
That is very clever. I wonder if you get an achievement if you do this 10 times or so.
Whoa. Man. It's like the universe just revealed.
Maybe it only goes so far. So, with one disco ball at hand, what else would we do with that? Disco ball. That's not enough to wedge the grating. That might also not be anything that we could distract this guy with, maybe? Use those things together? That doesn't make sense, does it? Nah, that's not working. I agree, that's not working. How about this? Good idea, I'll just dazzle him into handing over his tools. That, or he'll throw me out on my ass and elbows. My money's on the latter. Yeah, good point. I don't think that's going to work either. What else could we do with the disco ball? We'll give it to the blind guy. He's not really giving off the right vibes for this. How about we put it in his hat? I wouldn't know how. Loud humming noises inside. Nah, that's not working, is it? And it's also not really working in this timeline, is it? Nah. No, that's not going to work either. But what else could we make this work with then? This with the wire, maybe? No, don't use the wire. I'm more thinking tie that to the wire. Is that possible? Hang the disco ball from that would be a good idea. Except maybe the place is more groovy. Let me go and maybe put it down here. I'm thinking of using it as a wrecking ball, perhaps. No, I can't get it to work. That's a shame. Well. And there's nothing else we can select down here. Sometimes the key to puzzle games is if you don't know how to, if something isn't all that obvious, it's likely that you haven't found something particular yet. Thinking maybe I can short circuit something. I wouldn't know how. What a shame. Use it with parking meters, see what happens? Maybe I'll give it to the bartender. That's another possibility. Ball with bartender? I really don't think he'll react well to me having this. Good point. Could we attach it here in the past? Or in the future, rather? No, that doesn't work either. Anyone else got any ideas? Apart from Danny, who's reading the walkthrough? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What feels logical here? What you do with the disco ball? And really, the one puzzle that we do need to solve is the welding guy in the subway down there. Maybe just talk to him. That's a possibility. I don't think just plain talking I've tried. Dude. He seems busy. Dang. Give him this? Nah, not gonna work. So somehow...
Sir, would you kindly step away from there?
Okay, fine. So somehow disrupt what we're doing with this thing, I suppose. That with power supply, that isn't working. That with the cable on the outside, I haven't tried. Like with this cable. Try that with that. It's not working. Dang. What can you do with the disco ball that would somehow make the guy stop welding? That hole isn't something that's selectable. And then I suppose eventually we take this and open the vent on the other side. I think. I have no idea. Why we've tried that. That isn't working. Payphone, we've tried that, is also not working. In both timelines. I have no idea. Cut the cord on the roof, that's a possibility. Yeah, let me try that. See if I can. Can I? I don't have anything to cut things with, but I can maybe... No, because when I click the cable, then he just goes down automatically. They are. It looked like kind of a wrench, and I think the wrench, whenever we try to touch it, goes. He says, "Please don't touch that." So that doesn't work. The tool of the welder on which he's oh, okay. Let's see. So he's just a welder, and this is his welding power supply here. And that's the cable. And I think I've tried touching either. It's the power supply cable. This one here says power supply. Turning it off might distract him, but he'll still see me before I get a chance to slip out. I wonder, can I hang the ball here somehow? Those cutters, I can't pick them up. I can't pick them up. So this is a wrench, and the moment I pick them up, he says don't touch them. So I
Sir,
think
would
we
you
need to
kindly step
distract
away
him.
from there? It's not safe.
We need to distract him so that we can pick him up. I think that is our job. Yeah, I think cutters in front of him. Yes, yeah, he sees them and he basically sees me picking them up. Devilishly, fiendishly difficult. But he reckons that if I click on the power supply, he says turning off might distract him, but he'd still see me before I get a chance to slip out. So I wonder then if we just follow this red cable and somehow try to disable that. This cable is probably used for the welding on the car, yeah. But all the way into the car. Don't know. We can't follow the cable anymore. When he's not welding. Ah. Oh, I see. So click the power supply when it's dark in there, you mean? That could be. Let me try that. See if he's got this rhythm to it. Like the moment he takes off his visor. That's good thinking. Let's try that. Like now. Come on, do it. Ah, man. Or the moment he takes off his visor, we just put the ball in front of him so that he goes and thinks that's still from, having sparkles in his eyes. That is possible. Let's try that. Like this. Does that work? Dang, no, it doesn't work. Oh, take him off when he's not welding. That's a good idea. See if they're selectable the moment he's got them off. I'll see if that happens. He seems busy. Dang! I have a policy of not startling men with welding torches. It has served me well. Dang! That was a good call. I don't get it. So can't do anything now. He probably doesn't like an audience. If I do this and put that in front of him now, but it also just doesn't work. And it also doesn't work when he takes the things off. So I don't know. I'm out. Didn't I try that? So when it's dark in here and he's not looking, I switch off the power. That's what I do, right? I thought I tried that. It's not letting me do it. So I don't know then. So tried power supply with and without the ball, doesn't work. Tried the power supply with and without the helmet on, doesn't work. Tried the ball on the guy with and without the helmet on, doesn't work. Tried the power supply with the thingamajig here, and it also doesn't work. So therefore, out of clues. Sorry. Maybe that's the end of the game. Pick up the wrench or ball on the wrench. I think I tried that as well. But let's try again. So with the helmet down. Not sure that'll work. I'll try that when the helmet is off again. That doesn't work.
Sir, would you kindly step away?
Picking that up, he just says it's
Sir,
not okay.
please, get away from there. I mean it.
Yeah, at least he got angry there. At least he said something else.
Sir, would you kindly step away from...
Ah, what a shame.
Sir, please, get...
It's telling you it's not going to happen as long as he is in there welding. I know. How do I stop that from happening? So you have to find a solution to get him to stop welding. I'm trying that. He will see you if you do it from here. So how do I do it then? I really don't know. I don't get it. I understand I need to get him to stop welding, but I don't know how to do that. So that's a shame. Well, maybe I'm going to go and think about this for a while, and I'll see if I can figure it out from somewhere outside. I've tried that as well, though. So I thought maybe we'll just go and take out the cable here. But if I try to just, pull it, it doesn't seem to work. It just says it's going in the car. If I try it with the ball, that also doesn't work. If I chuck the disco ball in here, you mean? Does that work? You'd think that would work, but somehow it just doesn't. So I don't know how to do it. Can you reach the doors where the cable goes through, like these doors here? No. Does it? I mean, I don't know about the New York. I mean, I don't know about this game, but the subway car, sometimes you can go in from the other side. That doesn't work from here. Maybe we can go through from here. No, I thought maybe from the other car, but that also doesn't work. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I can't, Nico. I've tried. The only thing I think I haven't tried is to go in the subway car and then go use the time machine. Oh no, I have tried that. Is this the welder guy? Oh, he also says he needs more light in here, and if we could somehow disperse that, so that would work with the disco ball, wouldn't it? Somehow.
Whoa.
Uh-huh. Gavin, how's it going? It's been a while indeed. And you got addicted to the long dark. How exciting! I hadn't tried everything. Indeed. So now we have a screwdriver. Do you know, I think I have the long dark, but I don't think I've tried it out yet. If you're positively addicted, hey, that is good to know. That is good. Maybe we don't need to worry about him for now. Let me try the screwdriver on the grate here and see if that works, because that might be enough to just loosen that. The long dark, yes, it's a bit of a survival thing, isn't it? No dice. It's fastened to the wall with bolts. If the grating was just a little looser, I might be able to pry it off with the screwdriver though. Haha, perfect. Let's try that.
Yes.
Aha! And the screwdriver's gone. Damn you, screwdriver. It's good to see you again, Gavin. Big fan. Yeah, let's go walk through there. Oh, there's also this thing here. It won't budge. I can't squeeze through. I might be able to duck under, but the water smells like petroleum and raw sewage and makes my legs feel prickly. Well, the valve. Maybe crap leaks out. I can hear water rushing through the pipe. Is that good? Is the water going down? Certainly isn't. Even if there's a way to get through below the water line, between the rusty fan blades and whatever's oozing in the water, I'm not risking it. I get you, buddy. I'm not risking it now either. Inaccessible area, you don't say. I think that's the control box for the fan over there. Dang. It's an unlabeled drain pipe with a valve on it. I wonder where it leads. Well, you tell us. Huh. Inaccessible area, you don't say. Well, let's see if now we can get on with our welding puzzle here. Has anything happened? No, it hasn't, has it? He's still busy. It also feels I haven't satisfactorily done anything behind the grating there. I don't think. I've gone in here, opened the valve, but the water doesn't seem to have drained off. It won't turn any further. Doesn't seem to have done anything, has it? Right, you know what? I think The Long Dark, I seem to remember, was in early access for quite a while. I should have a look at it. Are they out of early access now? Speaking of early access, I've seen that the Game Maker Max, Game Guru Max, they're out of early access, which is really cool. I picked that up through the Humble Bundle a few months ago probably. I wonder what that valve did. I mean, when I turned it, something was happening, but I can't see anything has happened here. Has anything happened upstairs? Potentially. Do you know, I'm totally with you. Same here, same here. Sometimes, I remember playing a game called the Call of the Sea, I think. And it was a real mixed bag because the puzzles were all either super obvious or unsolvable without a walkthrough. And I think a good game tries to strike that balance that if you just put your mind to it and if you patiently try to explore everything, it will usually give you all the clues that you need. But sometimes badly designed games, they haven't done that. I think they haven't had it tested by enough people for feedback. Yeah, so sometimes it's a shame that unsolvable puzzle kind of lets the game down. I think there's still things we can probably try. I mean, so far it's been fairly easy. But yeah, this thing I just can't work out. I think in the...
Whoa. Man. It's like the universe just...
For someone who just experienced a total taste revolution, I ain't never seen nobody look so troubled. What's on your mind, brother?
Yes, let's
Looking
talk.
like the whole world is just resting on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of it.
Maybe this will get us further.
I mean, if I fail, that'll be the end of it, you know?
Totally, man.
Oh, I know where you coming from, champ.
You do?
Oh, sure I do. Right now, you probably asking yourself, how many nights I gotta go through this before I get it right?
Yes.
When do I get to unleash the lion? Do I even remember how? Well, take it from Cedric. You just hit a rough patch is all, man. It ain't the end of the world.
What? No, I'm...
Oh, I read you loud and clear, Mac Daddy. Don't you
Mac
worry about
Daddy.
a thing. When the honeys come in tonight, you just stick to the bar and keep order. I got you covered. Tonight is the night, man. Believe that. By the way, and I gotta ask, what's up with them threads, man? That's gotta be the most unique night on the town get-up I ever seen.
Huh? Oh,
Future
this.
fashion, that
well,
is.
I came straight from work, so...
Well, I dig it, Ace. So keep it right up, man. It might just become the next big thing.
Well, thanks, Cedric. I'll try your idea, Jeremy. I don't know. I don't think we can actually reach that part of the subway train. I think in the other timeline. There's no way to access this second part of the train at all. So like this whole part is, I can't get in here to get into this middle part here or into here. Like, you know, to reach it from here. That it's a good idea. It's I was thinking about that earlier. I just can't see a way to get in here. Also, we've completely run out of inventory now, so I have no idea. So I'm going to ponder over this and I'll see if I can find a solution. I'm going to say goodbye though. I'm going to say goodbye and good night. Have a wonderful rest of Sunday, and I'm going to see you hopefully next weekend, maybe even before. And oh, I've actually got a premiere planned for tomorrow. If you want to join me there, it's at 5 p.m. on my channel. It's about how to do the converting the Genesis 9 characters into Genesis 8. So I'm going to go give you a link to that if ever my computer loads us. There we go. So this is happening tomorrow at 5. It's only 20 minutes long, but you know, if you want to join me for that, that'll be awesome. So I'll go give you a link to that if I go and go to our thing. I'm going to go and say goodbye and good night. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been always a pleasure and a privilege. Ding! And if you have any ideas for how to solve this devilishly cruel puzzle, do let me know. Have a good night. Thanks for helping, by the way. Appreciate that.